Okay, so the question is, when this came out, this game in January, everyone said, dude, this is a blatant ripoff of Pokemon, right? Did we not? We all agreed. The characters, you could tell, were stolen from Pokemon, just slightly changed in minor ways, renamed and everything, but a lot of them had the same abilities. It was very similar. And you're like, how are they going to get away with this, right? How are they essentially just very minorly tweaking the intellectual property and getting away with this? So everyone thought, literally everyone thought, man, they're going to be suing or get sued by Nintendo, right? Well, lo and behold, the game got super popular, sold millions of copies, and they didn't get sued by Nintendo. And the game continued to then kind of lose its viral popularity. And down to, like, now, it really is a shell of its former self. But again, the company's not sad. The company never expected it to be virally popular to begin with. So they're just happy for the sales they made. You know what I mean? So they're not upset that it's not as popular as it was in January and February. They're like, whatever. You know, even me, I checked it out for a couple of weeks and I played it for a bit. I'm like, all right, it's played out now. You know, no reason to really play it anymore. I've kind of seen everything in the game. But apparently they're still adding expansions and all new modes and all of this, right? So here's the weirdest thing about this story, okay? I want to show you something. I'm using the wrong mouse. That's not going to work. It's never going to work if I use the wrong mouse. So hold on. Here's the real story, and this is why it's so weird. Please ignore all the ads on this stupid site. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are suing Pocketpair for patent infringement related to PalWorld, okay? That statement is the weirdest part of this situation, okay? By the way, thank you to Dick Jones, who just gifted 5 memberships to the community. Congrats to everyone who just got those this morning. Thank you so very much, guys, for supporting the channel. So why are we talking about patent infringement, and what does that mean? Because here's the thing. Everyone thought that for sure this might be like a slam dunk case for Nintendo if it was about IP, intellectual property being used, which would involve 2 things: copyright and trademark. So for example, I mean, Pikachu is a trademarked character by Nintendo. No one could just use Pikachu or the likeness of Pikachu in content without Nintendo's permission. Same thing with all the Pokemon, okay? So how did they get away with it? Well, they did these minor tweaks to the characters to claim that they're different. It looks similar, but it's not. They changed the appearance, they changed the name or whatever. But a lot of people, you could say that you can blatantly tell that they ripped it off. This would maybe be something to go to court for. But that's not what they're suing over. Nintendo is suing them over patent infringement. If you don't know what that means, all right, patent infringement means that basically there's some kind of a process or a product or something that Nintendo is claiming the rights to. Like, we own the rights to this particular game mechanic, and therefore you can't use that game mechanic in your game. We patented it. And so we're suing you because you stole or you're using something that's patented by us. They're actually not saying that any of the characters or intellectual property are the issue. They're saying it's something about the gameplay elements of PalWorld that they patented that's been stolen. Now, here's the thing. There have been other games like Pokemon before, and none of them got sued for patent infringement, right? Like, people have told me about other games before, like Ghost Trick and stuff like that, where you can catch and raise a monster or a yokai or a ghost or whatever it is as a pet, and then they fight for you and all that. So it's not like this formula hasn't been used before by another company. So the question is that what's patented? Like, what is patented in by Nintendo that PalWorld is using that they think that they can now sue Pocketpair? It's confusing, right? And in fact, PalWorld responded overnight right here, and yeah, I gotta fix this. I have it all stretched out because I was playing WWE Champions the other night. Hold on one second here. That's better. So basically, PalWorld developer Pocketpair responds saying, we don't know what patents we're even accused of infringing. They don't know. They're confused. They're saying they weren't notified by Nintendo what patents that they've infringed on. See, so here you go. Here's an example. That's the character from Pokemon. That's the character from PalWorld. And you can tell it's basically the same character. All they did is they tweaked the appearance a little bit, right? And the characters have very similar move sets and act the same almost. So they're almost identical. But technically, if they tweaked it enough, they can kind of get away with it, right? So, yeah, look. Regarding the lawsuit, yesterday a lawsuit was filed against our company for patent infringement. We received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings. We were unaware of the specific patents that we've been accused of being infringing on. And we haven't even been notified of such details. So basically, Nintendo comes out and publicly announces we're suing Pocketpair, but didn't tell Pocketpair what they're suing them for. Do you think that's the right way to do it? Like, if you're going to sue someone, right? Wouldn't you just, like, tell the person you're suing first what's going on before you publicly announce your intentions to sue someone? Like, this reminds me of like my detractors being so stupid. That fucking dumbass, super crazy idiot. Oh, I'm going to sue Phil. Okay, well, what are you suing him for? Well, here it is, and there's no case whatsoever. The guy's an idiot, right? So everyone laughs at him. You're a fucking moron. You're never going to sue Phil. Even if you do, the lawyer's going to take your money and no case will ever appear. But I'm confused. Again, Nintendo seems to be going about this the most ass-backward way. They publicly announced to the world we're suing Pocketpair for patent infringement. But you didn't tell them what they infringed. Nor did you tell us, for that matter. Like, Nintendo didn't actually say, oh, here's the patents they infringed. They're just saying we're suing. So why, if you're going to make the big public to-do about it, why don't you tell us what's going on? Right? So IGN, because this is an IGN article, IGN asked experts, could this possibly work, this lawsuit? Peter Lewin, video game lawyer at Wigan, told IGN much would depend on which country Nintendo pursued legal action, given the differences in IP law across the globe. The U.S., for example, has a notoriously permissive fair use defense, which might have influenced where Nintendo sued Pocketpair. Nintendo's lawsuit was filed in the Tokyo District Court. Sam Castry, a copyright lawyer and avid Pokemon player, told IGN there was the potential for a court order that would block Pocketpair from selling PalWorld, but cast doubt on the likelihood of a lawsuit. That analysis, however, was in the context of a lawsuit based on copyright infringement. Nintendo's lawsuit alleges patent infringement, although the company still has yet to detail which patents. So, what? Again, it seems like they screwed this up, right? It seems like they screwed the whole thing up. They don't know what they're doing. If you're going to have this lawsuit, then say what you're doing. Don't say you're doing it, but then hide the information. It's bizarre. Then again, if it's in the Tokyo court, maybe Japan law is very different. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm certainly have no versing whatsoever, no knowledge of how law works in Japan. But yeah, it is interesting that they filed this in the Tokyo District Court. Okay. All right, so more updates on that as it becomes available. In the meantime, basically for Pocket, what are they called? Pocketpair. That's the name of the company. For Pocketpair, it's business as usual. They outright said, we're going to keep selling, we're going to keep updating, we're going to keep acting like the product is, there's nothing wrong with it, until we're told otherwise. So, there you go.